So in this video, I'm going to talk about the CSS specificity. It's a very important topic because if you are dealing with the CSS elements, you need to know about the specificity. Now, there are two terms which I'm going to talk about in this particular video that are the specificity and the cascade. Now, what is this cascade? See, from where this name CSS comes from. CSS stands for cascading style sheet, right? We all know that. And why this? But why is this cascading style sheet? Why is this called cascading style sheet? So if I go to Google and if I type in cascade, see what is the meaning of it. It shows that water that flows down from the side of the mountains, right? So what is the meaning of cascade? Cascade means a waterfall, right? So water, just like the water falls from top to bottom, CSS style sheet is read from top to bottom by the browser, right? So the browser reads the CSS style sheet from top to bottom. It's a top-down approach, right? Now, that is what the meaning of cascade means. So, right, let's see with the example, right? So in the body section, I'm going to take a paragraph tag and I'm going to put in, this is a paragraph, right? Okay. And now in the head tag, I'm going to apply a style tag and I'm going to apply some style to it. All right, so I'm going to apply a style to this particular paragraph and I'm going to target the paragraph tag and I'm going to apply a color of, let's say, color of red, right? Now you can see that the red color is applied to the paragraph tag, right? Now what happens if I apply another tag, I use another P element and I apply a color of, let's say, blue. Look what happens. This blue color is now applied. Now, why is this happening? This is happening because of the cascade. Now, the style sheet is being read from top to bottom, right? So the first thing that the style sheet that the browser is looking at is this particular P tag, right? And it's applying the color red. And the moment it finds the next P tag, it applies the next color, which is the blue color. Now, it goes on and on and on. You know, if I just select this entire thing and if I just take a copy of this, and if I apply another color, let's say green, you will see that the green color is being applied over there, right? Now this is happening because of the cascade. But is the cascade similar to specificity? Well, it's not. Specificity is something different and cascade is something different. Cascade is basically how the style is applied from top to bottom. It's a top-down approach, as I said you just now, right? So the P tag now is getting the red color at first, then the browser is reading the color blue, it's applying the blue color, then it's again reading and it's finding that the color is green and it's applying the green color. So the last style is always applied to the element, right? So this is what a cascade means. Now let's look what is a specificity, right? Now the specificity is more relative to the term, like it's kind of the specificity, you know, it's specific, that which specific style get applied to the particular element, right? Now here let's apply a class to this particular P tag, right? So I'm applying a class to this tag and I'm giving a class of first, right? And a class of second, right? Now look what happens if I target the first class dot first, and if I apply a color of, let's say, violet, look what happens. This violet color is applied now. Now this is because of specificity. So the class selectors are much more specific than the element selectors. And we can see that when we hover over the particular selector. If you hover over the particular selector, you can see it's written as selector specificity and it's written as 001. Now there's a style of reading it, but the most simple way of reading is just consider the last digit. It's 1. So 001 means it's 1, right? So its specificity is 1. Next one, it has a specificity of 001. So all of them, right? All the P tags has a specificity of 001, right? So we can apply a specificity of 0.1 to the element selectors, right? So here these are the element selectors and we are applying a specificity of 0.1 to the element selectors. But look what happens if I hover over the class selector. It has a specificity of 10, which means it has a 10. So of course 10 means 10 is greater than 1, right? So this is much more specific than the one than the element selectors, right? Now if I apply another style of, let's say, second, right, second, and if I apply a color of, let's say, this one, purple or violet, whatever you call it, see, this violet color is applied now. Why is this happening? This is happening because of the cascade, right? So one single paragraph has two different classes, first and second. Now which class will have the effect on the element? Of course the second one. Now if I move this one on top, see, the first class is getting applied, right? Because this is happening because of the cascade. But why isn't this paragraph not taking any of the colors of any of the styles of the element selectors? Because element selectors are less specific than the class selectors, right? I hope you're getting the point. Do let me know in the comment section if you get the point or not, right? If there's any problem, I'm gonna make another video for you guys. Okay, so see, if I push that particular class down, it's gonna apply the violet color again, right? I hope you are getting the point. Now look what happens if I apply a ID to it. If I give an ID to it, and I apply an ID of, let's say, third, right? And if I apply the ID, so it's hashtag third, and I apply a color of, let's say, green, look what happens. This green color is applied now. Now why is this happening? Because ID selectors are much more specific than the class selectors or the element selectors. So if I hover over the element selector, it has a specificity of 001, which means it has a point of 1, and the class has a point of 10, which is 10, and the IDs have a class has a specificity of 100, which means it's 100, right? It's 100 is greater than 10. So ID selectors are getting applied, right? Now another one is the inline styles. Inline styles are much more specific than the class than the ID selectors. So if I apply an inline style to it, let's apply the style and the color of, let's say, pale green. Okay, I think there is some mistake. I think let's reload it, and here we have it. Right here we have the pale green color applied. Now because the inline styles are much more specific than the ID selectors or the class selectors, right? Now let's remove this inline style for now. I think it has gone over there. So I'm gonna remove this style for now, and what I'll do is I'll take this ID selector and I'll put it on top, extremely on top, right? Now because of the cascade, you might think that the ID selectors because of the cascade, the last style will be applied, but it is not applied because the ID selectors are much more specific. So no matter where we put it, ID selectors is always gonna have the effect on the particular paragraph tag, right? So this is basically specificity. Now another one, the last one which I'm going to show you, that is the important keyword. So if I use an important keyword, it's gonna take that particular style. So even if I apply this important keyword to anywhere we want, let's say if I apply it onto the element tag, it's gonna have that color, right? So because important tags are much more specific than important keywords are much more specific than the ID selectors or the inline styles. So if I apply an inline style over here right now, and if I give a color of, let's say, teal, whatever I'll give it, it won't have the effect on the paragraph because because of this important keyword, right? So if I comment this out now, so you will see that teal color is applied now, because this teal color has much more specificity than the than the element selectors or the ID selectors or the class selectors, right? So this is what CSS specificity is. If you have any problems, you do let me know in the comment section. I will definitely make another video for you guys and I'll explain the topic, right? So hope you guys like this video. If you did, then smash the like button and hit the subscribe button if you haven't yet. So meet you in the next video. Goodbye. Thank you.